goats, an animal that never gives up to disappoint you. We have had these goats for about a year and have spent $1,200 on them when we bought them. After all the trouble they've caused us, my dad has finally come to his senses and we are going to sell them at auction. Finally. And as you can see, I am really sad. Yes! We're going to see how much money we made on them and see if you yourself can make any money at goats. About a year ago, we bought 8 goats, 7 does, and 1 wether, for a very reasonable price. Then, a few months later, we bought a billy named Ranger. He was tiny when we got him, but now he's finally one of the largest goats that we have. All these goats together created $1,200 that we spent on them. These goats did normal goat things, like breaking out of pens and wreaking havoc all over the farm. This led to death to some of these goats. The first death was one day all of our goats got out and one of our dogs killed it. Now you can blame this death on the dog, but it really would have never happened if the goats didn't escape in the first place. So that was death number 1. Then our goats started having babies. That's when it got stressful. Now the first goat that lost a baby lost it on the second day of birth and it was never found again. We have really no idea where it could have gone. This also happened to our goat named Brownie, the brown one, which had twins and lost them weeks after birth. We take really good care of our animals, checking them morning and evening, so we really don't know what happened. It had to have been a predator. There are many different animals that would love to get their hands on a baby goat, like coyotes, bobcats, panthers, large birds of prey, Sasquatch, Haitians, I mean, really, pretty much anything. And then there's the Carol situation. Our white doe didn't take care of her baby, so we had to bottle feed it. And soon after, my sister bought her, so since it's my sister's goat, she's keeping it here. We won't be completely goatless, but I'm just glad we're getting rid of most of them. Okay, let's move on to the selling part of things. We jerry-rigged the back of our truck to fit the goats in and moved them up to a small pen where we could catch them and put them into the back of the truck. Although it took a little while, we got all of them into the back of the truck and headed our way to the Salem stockyards with 9 goats, 6 does, 2 billies, and 1 wether. We decided to watch the sale to see how much we got for them. This was our first time in the building, and I will say what people in the farming and ranching business say. It smells like money, also known as fecal matter. The sale was pretty eventful, and soon enough our goats came into the ring. They averaged around $140 each, with the wether costing the most at $218. The gross profit for all these goats was $1,380. But the stockyard charged $119, so we only got $1,260. We bought them all in the beginning for $1,200, so the end result net profit is $60. For over a year, we have taken care of these escape artists, and what do we get out of it? $60. I'm gonna scream. At least we didn't lose any money on them, like I was expecting. I told my dad it was a bad idea from the beginning and that we should have never gotten them from the start. And if you don't think we have good enough fences to keep goats in, you're wrong. Just look at this fence. It's just, look. How could anything get out of this tight woven wire with pipe fence? It's pretty much impossible. Unless it's a goat. I would never recommend goats. I do not think they're the greatest moneymaker for homesteaders because of their curiosity. Curiosity killed the goat. Remember that. If you want to learn about something that actually makes you some money, watch some of my other videos on them. And thank you guys for watching. That's a farm.